Hello, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to talk about what is mindfulness. So, I know a lot of people, when they hear mindfulness, they think mindfulness is a meditation. So, mindfulness is not a meditation, mindfulness is a practice. And there are many different practices that you can do in mindfulness. So, so if you look at the definition, it basically says mindfulness is a state of non-judgmental awareness of what's happening in the present moment, including the awareness of one's own thoughts, feelings, and senses. Okay, so there are a couple of components to mindfulness: awareness and acceptance. So let's talk about awareness. Awareness is so during the state of mindfulness, you will notice your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations as they happen. The goal isn't to clear your mind or stop thinking, it's to become aware of your thoughts and feelings rather than getting lost in them. Okay. So I like to just really emphasize on that. The goal is not to clear your mind or stop thinking. Uh, it is impossible to stop thinking. Okay. It is nearly impossible to clear your mind. Okay. The goal is to just be aware of your thoughts and feelings and your sensations. Okay. And you just try not to get lost in it. Sometimes I give people what is the example of getting lost in your thoughts. For example, as I'm doing the podcast, I might have a thought while I'm talking. I might get a thought that, hey, I want a pizza. And so I'm getting this thought about a pizza. So what I might do is I'm like, oh, stop thinking about pizza, focus on the podcast. And so from that thought, another thought will come out, which will say, hey, bring your focus, stop thinking about the pizza. And then, another thought might come out and it might say, oh, you really suck at this. Right. So this is how we kind of spiral. And this is what they mean by getting lost in your thoughts. One way I can do this to kind of stop this whole spiraling or getting lost is I just acknowledge and accept, okay, I'm having a thought about the pizza. And then it just stops it. And I bring my focus back to the podcast. Okay. So the next component they talk about is acceptance. Acceptance, the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that you notice should be observed in non-judgmental manner. Okay. So the key word here is the non-judgmental manner, and this is very important, and it is very difficult also to be non-judgmental. Okay. For example, if you notice a feeling of nervousness, simply state to yourself, "I notice that I'm feeling nervous." There's no need to further judge or change the feeling. Just like I said earlier, I noticed that I want a pizza, and I just leave it there. I don't try to judge it. I don't try to change it in any way, and it just goes away. Okay. And there are some benefits to practice mindfulness. Just reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety, improves memory, focus, and mental processing speed, improve ability to adapt to stressful situation, uh, greater satisfaction with relationships, reduce rumination, improve ability to manage emotions. Okay. So, like I was saying earlier, there's many different practices that can you can do about mindfulness. There is one practice is mindfulness meditation, mindfulness walk, body scan, five senses. So all of these things, there's actually hundreds and thousands of different practices you can do, but these are just four that we'll kind of talk about today. Okay. And also, again, just remembering mindfulness is a state of mind rather than a particular action or exercise. Okay. But without practice, mindfulness is difficult to achieve. Okay. These techniques are designed to help you practice. Okay. So the first one they talk about is mindfulness meditation. So you sit in a comfortable place and begin paying attention to your breathing. Notice the physical sensation of air filling your lungs and then slowly leaving. When your mind wanders, which it will, guaranteed your mind will wander. Simply notice your thoughts and turn your attention back to your breathing. Okay. So this is one practice of mindfulness. Another one is mindfulness walk. Okay. While walking, make a point to practice mindfulness. Start by noticing how your body moves and feels with each step. Really just feel what's going on. Maybe do you feel the gravity pulling on your feet? Or maybe you feel your feet pressing down on your shoes. Okay. And then expand your awareness to your surroundings. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Okay. So, for example, if you're walking in a park, what do you see? Maybe you see parks. Maybe you see trees. Maybe you see flowers. Maybe you see children playing, laughing, right? All that. Then what do you hear? So that goes back to, maybe you hear children laughing, crying, or playing. Uh, or maybe you just hear the cars going by. Maybe you hear the whistle of the wind whistling. What do you smell? Maybe you can smell the flowers. Maybe there's a coffee shop nearby and you can smell the coffee. What do you feel? Maybe you feel the sun on your skin. Okay. And remember, this technique can be used to daily activities. I'll give you example. For example, doing dishes. When you're doing your dishes, same concept. What do you see? You see the dishes, you see the water running, you see the faucet, soap dish, and then what do you smell? Maybe you can smell the soap dish, maybe you can smell the food. What do you feel? You feel the water on your hand, whether it's cold or hot. And what do you hear? You hear the water running. Okay. um, so the next one is body scan. Uh, so pay close attention to physical sensations throughout your body. Start with your feet and move up through your leg, groin, abdomen, chest, back, shoulders, arms, hands, neck, and face. Spend anywhere from 15 seconds to 1 minute on each body part. So I'm going to do a whole podcast about the body scan. Well, I'll guide you through the body scan. Okay. And another practice is, five senses. Make a conscious effort to notice the present moment through each of your senses. Five things you see, so whether, and again, this can be done anywhere, whether you're at work, whether you're home, class, park, restaurant. Okay. Five things you see, maybe, see a wall, a light, a water bottle. Okay. uh, the computer, the mouse. Four things you can feel. I feel my shirt. I feel the chair. I feel the cold floor. So on and so on. Then three things you can hear. I can hear the fan. Maybe I can hear the AC running. I can maybe hear the music in the background. There's somebody playing music outside. One thing you can taste, maybe you can taste the food you had earlier, and sometimes you might not taste anything, which is okay. So you don't have to stress about it. Oh, I can't taste anything. Okay. One thing you smell, maybe you can smell the air freshener, or maybe somebody's baking some cookies or something in the kitchen. So on and so on. Okay. And also remembering, if you're going to practice the mindfulness meditation, I only recommend between 2 to 5 minutes, and maybe every month or so you can increase it by a minute or so. Okay. You don't have to sit there for half an hour and try to practice the meditation. But like mindfulness walk, five senses, you can do this anywhere, anytime. It doesn't take up a lot of time. Okay. So let's do a practice of just about a 5 minute uh, meditation. Okay. So just get comfortable, however you're comfortable, whether You could do this laying down, sitting, even standing. Okay. All right. Just take a deep breath. Okay. So this is a 5 minute breathing space practice that you can use anytime, anywhere to regain calm, clarity, and confidence. To begin, become physically still wherever you are, either laying, standing, or sitting. Choose a posture where you'll be comfortable as possible and lightly close your eyes. Bring your awareness to whatever is going on for you right now. Give the weight of your body up to gravity. Allow your weight to sink into the point of contact between your body and the floor, the chair, or bed. What sensations are there right now? If you notice any tension or resistance toward painful or unpleasant sensations, gently turn toward them. Accept them as best as you can. If you begin to tense around the breath and then let go a little bit more with each out breath, soften into gravity. Notice any thoughts as they arise and pass through the mind. Remember, you're just noticing them. You don't have to try to change them. Try not to have any judgments about them. You're just an observer. See if you can let them come and go without being to identify with their content. Observe them as if they were clouds in the sky. Notice any feelings and emotions as they arise. Can you let these come and go? Include everything within your awareness with a kindly perspective. Now allow your awareness to gather around the experience of the breath deeply in the body. Drop your awareness inside the breath and feel the different sensations in the front, back, and sides of the torso. Can you feel your awareness within the flow and the moment of the breath? Use the breath to anchor your awareness in the present moment. Breathing in the body, noticing each inhale and exhale again and again. Each time you notice your mind has wandered, gently guide the mind back to the breath deep in the body. Now, gently expand your awareness to include the whole body. Feel the weight and shape of the body as it sits, stands, or lies. If you got any pain or discomfort, make sure your awareness stays open. Cultivate acceptance or acknowledgement for all of your experience. Befriend it. Use the breath to anchor your awareness in the present moment. Breathing in the body, noticing each inhale and each exhale again and again. And that concludes a 5-minute meditation. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk next week.